What's up, everybody? It's Darkstrider, the YouTube Assassin, and it is still all about this crazy twerking XP that we got going on. And a lot of you are sending me some like really weird questions and whatnot, like either in comments or in email. Like, is it lagged as far as like the XP goes? It's been patched. It doesn't work for me. I only do it a couple of times and then it stops. You know, all kinds of like weird things like that. I got another one, a couple of where, like you do the XP and it stops. A couple of you think it's patched. A couple of you think that it only works a certain amount of times. A couple of you think that it doesn't work with certain characters or certain enemies. It's all kinds of things like that. So I think some of you aren't doing it right. Maybe we need to go into like a little more thorough explanation. So that's what this video is going to be about. So let's once again get into it. Okay, so your first step, I like to come to places like this where it's like a fortress, and I like to try to find like the strongest character I can. Uh, I haven't seen any better XP than the pole marks, the Athenian pole marks, in fact. I was using this guy as a backup. This is a mercenary. He's epic, but not as good. I also found a couple of other characters that like you could use, a couple of like epic characters, but none as good as like this pole mark that I have over here on the side. He's actually a Strategos for Athena or the Athenians, and that's what I like to look at. But anyway, we're going to try to get this mercenary so that we could show you what to do. Now, what you're going to have to do, you once you find your target, you find out exactly who you want to get a hold of, it's time to like hunt that person down. And you don't want to actually kill them. You just want to basically like knock them out. All right. In this case, where it's like a mercenary, you might want to do like a couple of other things, and then what you want to do is, I like to use the paralyzing arrows. I don't believe he's not down yet. That's kind of crazy. There we go. So that's all there is to that. Now, once you get them, loot them, and then you kind of want to like carry them somewhere safe. I like to come like, like as you see there, I'm outside of the castle, so that way I'm not interrupted as I'm doing my little twerk business there. You don't want, because it will probably kill him. Yeah, that killed him. That sounded like death. But anyway, like I said, you're going to see all these different guys like trying to like get at you. Yeah, so that drop killed him, but we don't need him anyway because I already had somebody. We're going to come out here. All right, as you can see, I'm over here. I'm in the bushes. Nobody can see me. And I have a pole mark, which, as I said, gives like the best XP. As you can see in the upper right-hand corner, 11,764, and I do have a boost on it. All right, as you can see, I just hit level 187 of the mastery levels. Now, the reason that you see that going like that, it's lagging. The next time you come into the game, that will no longer happen. You won't see that lag. All right. Anyway, you get your guy, you bring him out here. The next thing you want to do is you want to go into your options for the game. All right, so we're going to hit main menu. Go to options, and then we're going to go to controls. Now from controls, and this works on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. All you have to do is map crouch, knockout, and secondary interaction to the same button. Okay, it does not have to be the L3 button. Okay, it could be the X button, the circle button, triangle, whatever you want, R1, R2, whatever, as long as you map these three at the same time. They have to be the same exact button press. Now what happens is you're going to hit back. It's going to say invalid controls, which we know that. So we're just going to hit yes because we are accepting that. And as you can see, 2 ability points. Now, as you could also see, 116 ability points have been spent on abilities, which are all these that you see here. 260 have been spent on mastery levels. Okay, so that's like a lot of stuff added. You know, with this method, you're actually going to be getting ready for, you know, the other things that they add on, the other abilities as well. Also, the further you go, the higher the XP rises. I haven't seen it go past the 2,491,000 point. But the thing is that you get the XP like so quick. It's like not even funny. Another thing that you might want to do is you might want to check bounty boards before you come out and do all this. And get any of these things that show, you know, like kill however many whatever at once. And as you're doing these twerk things, like you actually gain points. Like you could lower nation, you know, the nation power if you start doing this twerking thing. You'll see in the lower right hand corner where we see the our mercenary thing. There's also like the nation power, and it lowers there as well. So in order to do the trick, after you've got him knocked out, you brought him out somewhere safe, you're going to get ready to like recruit him. But rather than recruit him, you're going to go as far away from him as possible without seeing the recruit, or without the recruit thing disappearing there. You can see it on my back like a tramp stamp. So all we're going to do now is start twerking, and you're going to continuously do that. Now, because I have the XP boost, and this is a Strategos, 11,764 XP is what I get for every single button push. Now, I don't need to tell you that that's going to happen like really fast. That's going to be some really quick XP. And the thing is that, you know, even though it'll lag in the upper right-hand corner, you could always just, you know, check it yourself. So as we see, look, I already hit 3. Now let's pay attention to it, okay? As you can see right now, maybe a quarter of the way. So let's just do a couple of button pushes and see what happens. All right? Because as you're doing this, again, you're gaining a lot of XP, and the thing is that it is lagging in the upper right-hand corner. So it doesn't show you what happens. Every once in a while, it'll catch up, and it'll show you what mastery level you are, and then it'll put the correct amount of ability points you've got in that upper right-hand corner. But, you know, it just, like I say, it lags because it's just constantly running. And again, when you come back to your game later on, it will still be going. Today is the 19th, and, you know, it's still working. It's about 11:30 Eastern time in the United States. I'm in New York. So, like I said, this is still working. Let's take a look at what we've got here. So look at that. We already went to 4 ability points. We were at 3. In that short amount of time, that's what ended up happening. Now, this doesn't just work for like the ability points. If you're level 99, obviously you're pulling ability points. Okay? If you're, you know, early on in the game, you're pulling XP to level up, to gain levels. Now, you can do this as soon as possible in the game. The thing is that you have to have a couple of things installed. First of all, you have to do the mission with Barnabas where he takes you out to that island where you have to knock out that one guy who I guess is like an archer to make him a lieutenant for your ship. All right? So maybe around level 5, because that's, you know, like the earliest kind of that you leave the island after you do just the main mission constraints. Like you'll end up being like around level 4 or 5. So you got to make sure you have that. The other thing you got to make sure you have is this ability right here, the Shadow Assassin ability, which actually allows you to either assassinate or knock the person out. Okay? You only have to have 1 point in this. All right? And then that's how you do it. And again, look at that. We're already 5 ability points. You only have to have 1 ability point in it, just 1 rank, not all 3, and you're able to like knock them out. But like I said, once you get to level 99, everything past that, you're going to have to go and you're going to get ability points. You're not going to obviously get levels. Now, one of the other problems that I keep hearing is that people who are like leveling this fast, your gear is not leveling with you, and you have to actually obviously go out and obtain better gear. So one of the things you could do to like level up your gear is when you go and you raid any of these fortresses or anything like that, you find like the little weapons racks and everything. You'll find bows. Bows actually sell for a lot. Sell those off. I like to like get all kinds of equipment and break it down. See, here we go. It kind of caught up, and you'll see in the upper right hand corner, it gave me 6 ability points. You know, like I like to break down all the gear that like I find, you know, especially if I know I'm not going to use it, go out there and just, you know, like break it down, and that's how I get my materials. Also, another way you could get materials, go out on your ship and just start attacking pirate ships. As you attack the pirate ships, you cleave them in two and everything, you start gaining gear that will be your level, and you'll also gain a lot of materials as well. Especially if you cleave the ship in half. Make sure you do that. Let me see. What else do we have? You also want, let's see, again, look at that, it's already 7. Again, like I haven't seen it gone past the 2.5 million point, but you know, you don't even have to worry about that because like I said, you know, like I haven't seen it go past that. And I don't know if it's just because of my XP boost. I doubt it. But the XP boost does help. If you're going to use the, excuse me, the 2-hour XP boost that you get through the Ubisoft store, make sure that you can just do it all 2 hours. Okay, because it's just going to be like absolutely amazing how much XP you're pulling. All right. If by accident you do end up recruiting the guy, because sometimes as you're just pushing the button, like Cassandra just moves and she'll end up like actually recruiting the person. If you do end up recruiting the person, just go to a different area, try to find another pole mark or something like that. Try to look for another Athenian-controlled area, or even a leader or a mercenary who's legendary, if they're yellow. Usually I find those give the best XP. Like I said, the very best XP is going to be the Athenian pole marks, or the Strategos. See, this guy, he's epic. He'll give you decent XP. He won't give you great XP. He'll give you decent XP. Maybe with the XP boost, he'll give you like maybe about 6,000, maybe 8. It all depends. I like to knock out a couple of people at a time just so that I have backups. Just in case I accidentally recruit this guy, I'll be able to like walk over and recruit somebody else, or do this to somebody else, so that way I continuously get the XP. But I try to be really careful when I find the pole mark. Another thing that you're going to want to do, if you end up recruiting and you really want to go out and find the guys again and whatnot, just go to like a different area and try to, you know, see if you could like find, you know, another pole mark at a different, fortress or anything like that. And the thing is, if you can't find one, like the one I'm at, let's say I accidentally recruit this guy and I don't want to like go on forever doing whatever, all I have to do is just clear out this fort and then go to another fort and, you know, like maybe find somebody there or clear that one out and what have you, and then come back to this fort, and chances are that there will be, you know, like a legendary pole mark. Another area that I like to check out a lot, this over here, this area in Locris, I like to come over here to the leader house. And while I'm here, usually like there's like 2 or 3 legendary guys like there all the time. So definitely check that out. The other thing that I heard people complaining about is when you get to the ship that you're actually going to have like a lot of just junk in here. You're really not, especially if you have, you know, if you find the legendary Strategos, then you're going to have like no problem. But in the event you do accidentally pick up like, you know, somebody who you really don't care about or anything like that, like they're really not worth your ship or anything like that, all you have to do is just clean them out. It'll only take them once. Like this guy I'm twerking on right now, I'll only find 1 instance of him. There won't be like, you know, 2,000 instances of him or anything like that. It'll just be the one. All right. So, you know, like don't listen to anybody who says you're just going to have like a roster of like, you know, just characters that like are unnecessary, because you're still going to like, you know, get them and stuff like that. You're still going to be able to like get rid of just one at a time. You don't need like, you're not going to have like 20 people that you don't need or anything like that. But anyway, like I said, again, you know, it's the 19th. This is still working. It's now 11:34. uh, Eastern time in New York in the US, and this is still working, and I do believe that it will continue to work. I don't believe that it's going to stop. They may patch this, so get as much XP as you can. If you do see an update happen, immediately stop the update until you get all the XP that you need or all the ability points that you want, and then you go into the update, and then go do whatever you want to do. All right. So hopefully this helps you out with the Atlantis DLC coming up. And I hope you're actually enjoying this. I hope you're, taking advantage of the XP, thing that's going on right now, this twerking XP. To all you who, just have some moral dilemma with it, I respect that. I have no problem with you, not wanting to do it, but I just don't understand how you think that this is cheating, because this is a single player game. There are no leaderboards. I'm not gaining an advantage, nor is anybody else who's doing this trick gaining an advantage over you personally, or as a group, as a whole. So it's not exactly cheating. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out an awful lot. As always, thank you for watching, and keep twerking with those glutes.